I hail to the Lord Jesus. Hello, Soars. This is part two of my tribute to the Washington D.C. Alumni Chapter Arts and Letters Committee. So this video is being prepared explicitly for them. I'm so sorry, everyone else. This is for the beautiful Soars that have been wonderful to me. So what's this all about? So a few months back, I got wind of the graduation of a new class for my religious order happening on May of 2025. I decided that I would want to give gifts. So as source, as arts and letters, as artists, we have to discern how to process and how we are to do things. So I contacted the dean of the school to find out if they would want gifts, and if they did want gifts, how many girls are graduating. They welcomed me with wide open arms. Dean Mother Juanita said yes, and she told me that there would be 13 girls, and so that began a long process for me of figuring out what to give. And so you're going to see the end of the process, because I'm near finished with the exception of packaging up, and that part I can't show you, but I would definitely want to show you these beautiful flowers, because this process I'm doing right now is inspection. And when you're giving out gifts to people that you don't know, so I don't know whether they're sores or not, I want you to understand that you can still emanate who you are as a sore inside of the flower or inside of the art piece. Doesn't have to be red and white, doesn't have to be Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, but who you are as a Delta. Our jewels are very clear on that. So I don't know who's a Delta, who's not. Doesn't really matter to me. They're all graduating. They're all love the Lord Jesus Christ. And I'm excited to be able to share my talent of art with them. So I came across these beautiful flowers. They didn't look like this, but they were so pretty, and I could work with them. They were kind of like a clear palette. They only came in boxes. They only came in 12. So I didn't want to, how should we say? I didn't want to buy a second set. I just wanted the 12 to be enough. So I figured I would do something different for the 13th girl, or whoever, didn't get pick up the first 12, because these were spectacular. And I said, these are definitely going to be used. I wish there were 13, but that's just how it goes. My mother, who was a SOAR and loves Delta, her favorite number is 12. And so we live in the same area. And I will tell you that Minerva is strong. It's either 12 or 21 or 2 and 1 in this area we live. Those of you that don't understand, you will understand at some point during your Delta lives. So don't be afraid to deconstruct. The flower wasn't altogether perfect, so I had to do some modifications on it to make it look like this beautiful kind of like star. It almost looks like a butterfly. This is what the kind of look I was looking for. But what drew me to this flower, which I hadn't seen before, is this beautiful brown stamen. I'm always attracted to things that I can't actually do. Because I said, oh, that's something that I can't actually do. If I see something I can do at home, I said, I can do that myself. The yellow curly things that you see is it's a stash of really curly yellow flowers. I found they're so pretty and have these beautiful leather leaves. The leather leaves didn't fit right, but this definitely did, because the brown stamen needed something. It looks beautiful with it. Without it, I won't even kind of show you what it looks like. This is a completely finished one before wrapping. I took my time with it. Whenever I decide what I'm going to use, I look at it, because I want to make sure that it's going to look beautiful. And when somebody opens it up, it's going to have that kind of wow factor. So this is not the completed look, but I kind of have the idea of how I want this green ribbon to look. Always make sure you have plenty of something too, if you're going to use something, because if you don't, it could kind of look mismatched unless you orchestrate it in a way where there's 3 of this, 3 of that, 3 of this. But I have plenty of this ribbon because I bought rolls of it. So another embellishment that I always do is to make sure that we have this Dome Star cotton flower added. That's an important piece to our heritage as Negro people, who those of us who admit to carrying the sub-Saharan gene. Cotton was one of the biggest things that they used in enslavement, and these flowers are Dome Star flowers are very, even in its hardened state, those little sharp edges. I mean, I can't imagine what it would be like in those hot fields. So I always add that so we never forget about a Nubian skin genocide, as well as the hundreds years of enslavement that allowed us all to be here. When is the last time you had to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and work in a hot sun all day long picking cotton? They did that for us, and we are blessed because of it. Even though they were forced into it, still we were blessed by it. Another thing I always add is the a cross. Things can get mixed up during the week, and especially those of us that are Sunday Christians like myself that only go to church on Sunday. It's hard for us sometimes dealing in that world with people that are pagan. So I always make sure that I have a cross on each art piece, just so we all remember that what this is all about. Who gave the greatest gift for us at the cross. They're all different of the crosses, but I always make sure that it's always use a jewelry one, because you never know if they might want to use it in the future. If the flower outlives itself, they could always take this piece off and use it elsewhere. Another thing I always make sure I have is pearls inside of the somewhere on the flower. You can see here there are pearls. And there were even pearls in there that I put in there. This was a hard process, doing this. It looks easy now, it's all set up, but it was hard because I don't use a manufacturing method. I do each one each time. So if one's not done, I don't move on to the next one until I complete it. So this place, and they're different. So sometimes I put the butterfly in here. I chose the butterfly because my great-great-grandmother, Naomi King, died last year. Her favorite thing was butterflies. So in 2025, I said everything that I do will have a butterfly. It's a butterfly somewhere on it. In fact, I think that's, if you look at these flowers kind of closely, it kind of almost looks like a little butterfly flying away. Another thing that I always make sure it has is pearls. And I think, did I say that already? Pearls, a stone, and also this deeply colored, berry colored, they're not marbles per se, but they're not pearls either. But always like berries, deeply colored berries. I have tons of them, and I always buy lots of them so I never run out. And that's to remember our Nubian skin, specifically our Nubian skin genocide that continues to happen to us, especially when the fairer skinned or the European colored person is picked over us. Here's my 13th one. So I found some things around my stash. It wasn't quite perfect. It couldn't stand up with the other flowers. And I said, if I deconstruct, don't be afraid to deconstruct. It could be a wonderful thing. And look what happened here. Look how beautiful this looks. So I took some other flowers apart and just put it together. There is my little yellow curly Q. And it absolutely looks beautiful here. So what I will tell the dean, it's kind of secret, but this will be probably for the valedictorian or the special person who did all the work and did everything they were supposed to do and didn't argue with the teacher. How about that? I decided to do some sparklies on these flowers just to give it a little depth and a little shimmer, but not too much where it was like a nightclub look. I just wanted them to have a little something on them, just to make it feminine and more girly, that these are for girls. or ladies. Oh, and there's my little black marble. Sometimes I put on there. This is an actual piece of jewelry. You can't really see that. It's an actual piece of jewelry from one of my necklaces. It's so pretty. I do actual pieces from jewelry. I know. I don't know how much it costs. I don't really care. I just want the things to be beautiful. And I want them to remember how good Christ has been to them. We'll talk about that black rose. I'm not sure if I'll give that. That might go to Mother Juanita. I don't know if she would even want it. But I'll make sure there's the pearl. So as you can see, this is a very arduous process. I always had black roses around now, since especially studying Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune in depth. She came back from her trip abroad and started calling her children black roses. And I think that she may have come in contact probably with the Nicollet tribe or something. The Nicoletic people are the original peoples, is the oldest people that have been for a very long time. And they're very deeply brown complected or Nubian colored, if you will. So I'm putting everything back into the vase as I get ready to prepare for the send-off for this. But Source, I wanted to share this with you because I absolutely love you. This video is intended for the chair and the source of the Washington, D.C. Alumni Chapter. Yes, even if you're a national president of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, if you're not a part of my religious order, this is not for you. This is something I did special for our sorors because I want them to see the depth of me and the other things that I do as a part of my obligation to the Lord Jesus Christ. Sorors, I love you. Thank you so much for spending time here. I'm so glad that you even clicked in on the video. I'm glad I got through it without any interruptions. God bless you. I love you and have a blessed day.